absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates. Welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of October 31st, coming in on Halloween. I mean, I don't know if that's symbolic or anything as we start this week, but Halloween on a Monday. How interesting. You know, my children are not little anymore, so here in the United States, if you're celebrating this particular holiday, I just remember when they were little needing to go out and gather candy and all of the things. And funny enough, my one is 18, the other one is 15, and we asked them, you know, what are you doing? You have any plans for Halloween? And they said, yeah, I'm gonna just collect my own candy and not go outside because it's cold. So I don't know. Tell me what your Halloween plans are if it's something that you're celebrating. We'll also have Dia de los Muertos coming up this week. So if you've got family that you're remembering, I'm just extending the vision and the love to you as well. This is such an interesting week. I feel like, you know, we've had all of these eclipses. Yesterday on Sunday, as I'm recording this, had Mars step into the retrograde in Gemini. So we have really come into the space of slowing down the energy. But this week, the aspects that we're dealing with more than not are really guided by the moon. And I think that's something very important for us to dig into as we look around at the cosmic sky this week, is how much do we need to nurture our insides, and how much of the lunar aspects are coming up are really bringing us to a place where we're taking a more serious look at what's going on our insides, especially after all of these shakeups. How are we trying to understand what inspires us differently? How are we trying to understand ourselves and others in a different way? We definitely get to spend this week doing that. Now, before we jump in here, remember my new astrology busy book is out for sale on Amazon. I would love for you to check it out. It was a really cool idea. It's a way for you to study your astrology, especially the keywords, while you're also getting some downtime. Get offline, go spend some time with yourself, breathing, learning a little bit, and having a little bit more of a somatic experience. So it is available for you guys in the description box down below. All right, let's jump in and see what we've got going as far as the moon. Now, again, we had Mars step into its retrograde just yesterday on the 30th, so we have the slowdown of our action and our desire energy. Now, I do want to say, if you have Mars retrograde in your natal chart, and I have Mars retrograde, this Mars retrograde period may feel a little bit more like you're actually coming out, as opposed to having all of your action driven back in. Whatever that looks like, feels like for you, I want you to know, if yours is retrograde and you're having a coming out time, I'm ready to do things, I'm ready to actually externalize some of the things that I've been thinking about, that this is a fantastic time for you to use that. But there's still, whether it's retrograde or not retrograde in the chart, there's no availability for any of us to really push or to force. All that's available with that is frustration. So whatever this looks like for you, remember, you're re-looking at your mental hygiene, who's in your networks, you know, you're learning, what do you need to learn in order to create a proper strategy for yourself moving forward. And so as we blow into Monday, and we're seeing this lunar energy happening with the moon traveling through the energy of Aquarius, there really is something that has that rebellious fighters, innovator spirit that's very much so available as we're traveling this day, where it's like, I want to go in a different direction emotionally. I crave a freedom in my life. I crave a break from what has been. So I think this beautiful lunar energy of Aquarius traveling, or the moon traveling through Aquarius, really helps us remember that there is something unique and eccentric and innovative about us, and that it is to our greatest good to take advantage of that. It's also an energy where I would encourage you to spend the day after all of this eclipse that we've had and say, what does make me unique, right? Like, what makes me feel from the inside out like, this is what I do. Yes, I go out and I'm a part of the whole and I do all of these things, but this is the part that I do that adds to the we, okay? So as we're traveling here on Tuesday, coming out of that Monday energy of I'm ready to innovate from the inside out, I'm ready to be my unique self, we see the moon hitting squares between the sun, Venus, Uranus, and it just kind of feels like there's this energy of being blocked or frustrated in some way, where it can be a sense of, I'm ready for all of this innovation, I'm ready to go this way, but something is holding me back. So this can be an energy as you're traveling on Tuesday, instead of just having this open, innovative rebellion, revolution for yourself, you can actually find yourself getting quite upset or frustrated with those people, place, and things around you that you feel like are trying to stop you from having your innovation. I will tell you, a great way to channel this energy this day is to maybe spend a little bit of time by yourself, looking at, in your own space, in your own house, where you can put your fingers on it. Where can you innovate something without clashing too much with the people, places, and things around you, okay? It's also the space of the first quarter moon, so that's something we want to keep in mind, that at first quarter, it's a building phase. It's about taking down something that was there and building what it needs to be there next. So stay future forward minded on where you want to go, not the obstacles that are blocking you. When we get to Wednesday, we're going to see the moon move into the energy of Pisces, and this, instead of having all of this square aspect, we're going to move the position to inviting in Wednesday and Thursday more trines, and the trines offer us pockets of opportunity or pockets of ease that are available to us. Now, when you think about this ease and you think about the opportunity that is presented to you, remember, it provides the opportunity, but you have to go to it. So emotionally, it's like you're granted this doorway for yourself to walk through, where you can offer out a lot of compassion, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of culmination or assimilation. I really like to encourage people, especially when the moon is traveling through Pisces, to give forgiveness that you've been denying because it's actually holding you down too much, or to shed the thing that you've been not wanting to let go of, because by giving it away, by taking an opportunity to free yourself or unburden yourself in some way, or just to accept what is, you actually make this beautiful space Wednesday and Thursday to travel lighter, to be a little bit more free and upbeat to go where you would like to go. Now on Friday, we're going to see that moon move into the energy of Aries. Okay, we are ready to go. We are ready to initiate. We're ready to be independent. This is a fire moon. We're ready to say what we're thinking, right? You want to keep that in mind. When the moon is in a fire sign, if something spooks you, scares you, gets a reaction from you, this is when you're most likely to just say it, right? A fire moon is going to say what we're thinking, and then they go, uh-oh, hold on, I maybe shouldn't have said that. So it is a great day to watch your mouth to see what emotions are actually coming out. Now, the ruling planet of this particular moon movement on this day is retrograde, so there can be a slowing, but at the same time, emotionally, it can feel a bit frustrating along with being exciting. So that can put us in a space of being the more reactive instead of proactive side of a lunar energy. So just keep that in mind as we're coming in to Friday. On Saturday, we're going to see Venus and Uranus coming into an opposition with one another. Now, the interesting thing about an opposition is they both want to go, both planets want to go and pull into two different directions. And it's like, well, what's the purpose of this? So I really invite you on Saturday, just all of Saturday, most of Sunday as well, to get rid of the word purpose. You don't need to necessarily know the purpose of what these energies are trying to show you. Instead, in an opposition, we're trying to create an integration, the sweet spot in the middle that makes what we're trying to do work, okay? So instead you want to use the word goal. What's the goal I'm trying to achieve here? Now with Venus and Uranus, this is some kind of stimulation that's happening, some kind of excitement that could be piquing your attention. Maybe it's around money, maybe it's around relationships. It could absolutely be there. So you're got one piece of you is going this way and the other piece is going this way. You need to find that space in the middle where we allow the excitement and the stimulation and the innovation to meet somewhere valuable, Venus, in the middle of everything that you are experiencing. Remember, we're also going to see that the moon and Pluto have a square dancing at this particular time. So whatever it is that is providing this excitement or stimulation or surprise or just something different, something surprising in your world could also have a particularly challenging emotional effect on you as well. But it can also be an emotional engagement that is really empowering. So I want you to keep in mind that there is change along with surprise available as we get to Saturday. Now, when we get to Sunday, we're going to see the moon move into the energy of Taurus. It's time to get back to the creature comforts. It's time to come back, be with yourself, be with your self-esteem, allow some emotional stability to come back into your week, especially because on Sunday we need to set the clocks back, daylight savings time. We're observing that still in the United States. So it's fall here. We're going to fall back. So I would highly encourage you as well, while you're taking a nice break on Sunday and you're allowing that emotional stability to pour back in, to make sure to double check your schedule, right? You may think that you have a certain kind of week lined up. It's steady. You know your appointments. You know where you got to be. And daylight savings time, or the lack thereof, actually throws everything off. So what provides emotional stability for you on Sunday as you're getting ready to go into the rest of your week, and certainly as we're going to travel through this time change together, okay? All right, my absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates, I hope you have a gorgeous week. Enjoy the lunar landscape that's going on. Remember, Mars is retrograde, so don't push and don't force. And then I think you can have an absolutely excellent week, or at least take advantage of the energies a bit differently if you're in the struggle of fighting and pushing against them. All right, my beautiful friends, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.